Welcome to Movie Cruise. I am John Sweet.
And I'm Marty Colts, and on this episode, we're going to talk about why you should always take the safety.
Take the safety. And that your high school football coach may not always have your best interests at heart. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a movie cruise.
That was a weak little dink.
It was strong.
Yeah.
It was okay. I didn't want to spill on your computer. Liz's computer. Even worse.
It's my work computer. Even worse. Wow, that is... Huh.
Wait, what? What I said or the wine?
No, the wine.
What about it?
It's not as good as I thought it would be.
Well, it was $11.
It has... Here's the flavor that
Oh my God, save it for the podcast.
Oh, we're recording.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Okay, then go. Go ahead.
It has no flavor. I can't taste it at all. I cannot taste it at all.
It definitely has a flavor, even if the flavor is just wine flavor. It tastes like wine.
It doesn't.
We are not wine connoisseurs for sure, but there's some fruity flavors in there.
Which fruits?
I mean, I remember what it said was in it, so I can't do this. Well, I like it because there aren't a lot of tannins.
Oh,
you know?
Tannins. Good word.
Yeah. We went on a wine tour, so I'm an expert.
A tannin, if you would.
Yeah, it's the fibers that come off like the stems of the grapevine.
Okay.
It's like if you leave tea in your cup too long, it's got like all the little fibers down there. There's tannins.
Sure.
And they kind of like get in the back of your throat. They make it all dry.
You don't like tannins.
I don't like tannins.
Is that what makes a dry wine?
I don't think so. I think it's a separate thing. Do you think that dry and sweet are in the same dimension?
Yes.
So dryness is like a lack of sugar, and
it's not wetness is the other end of that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
You
wouldn't think that the opposite of sweet would be dry. You would think it would be like sour or bitter.
Right. I wouldn't think the opposite of dry would be sweet either. It's an odd.
It's strange
dimension.
All right, I'm pouring my second glass.
Okay.
I'm excited. This is a good thing. Should we call it wine corner, this segment? Or is it not even a corner? It's more just like we're drinking.
Does it have edges?
This is going to be a really bad episode.
No, this is going to be a good episode.
Yeah. You know why this is going to be a good episode, Marty? I've got a secret for you. I'm going to tell you right now. You don't know this.
No, I don't know this.
I'm really excited for this movie to talk about it because after you and I watched it, I watched it again.
You did?
I did. I watched it 2 times.
Damn it, John.
And we have the DVD, but I couldn't find it, so I actually paid
again.
So
not only did we buy the DVD,
yeah, we
forgot to bring the DVD, so we rented it.
Yeah.
And then you rented it again. So we've probably paid what it would have cost us to go to the movie theater in 1983 to watch this film.
Probably. What did it cost? A nickel? 83. Inflation's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Probably about it. We've paid more than.
I'm glad I watched it again because when I watched it one time, thinking back on it, trying to remember the events of the movie, everything in this movie blends together. It's all just like this dingy, dark, gross city. It's not gross, but I don't want to live there. It's like typical of like Pittsburgh, you know?
That's where it is.
See, that's why it's so typical of
typical
it.
Pittsburgh.
Stereotypical Pittsburgh.
Definitely.
So I'm glad I watched it twice because now I know more than you do. And more than actually, I've probably seen it more times and done more research on this movie than anyone ever has or needs.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think so. I definitely.
You just got it. Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
Well, that's a good secret. I'm glad you kept it from me.
Yeah. I want to surprise you. I don't know how I'm going to surprise you next time. I'm going to have to watch it like 3 times, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
By the time we get to 10.
You're going to have to watch it before we watch it together.
That I wouldn't do
start
that.
Quoting.
That's cheating.
Quoting lines as they happen.
Cool. That would be cool. I'm just making it up.
Yeah.
Here.
I think I know what's going to happen here.
Yeah. I'm really good at that. Yeah. So, first impressions. What did you think of this one? Oh, well, what movie are we doing?
Have we started?
Yeah, I think we're starting.
So we'll start now.
Okay. Here we are, Marty. I'm glad we're here.
Take it away.
So we watched All the Right Moves. It's the third movie in our movie cruise epic journey.
Yeah. Are we in international waters yet?
Ooh, we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Okay. We're just off the coast.
We're just off the coast.
We have a deep and dark ocean to traverse. Yeah. It is going to be a journey.
Well, I can't wait till we get out there.
I can't wait either. I can't wait to come back.
Gambling.
Gambling out there? I can do a lot more than gamble in international waters. I don't know what it would be.
That's what I'm going to start with.
I was thinking like smoke Cuban cigars. That's probably, I don't even think smoking them is a legal part.
Yeah,
you can taking them across the border. Right. And even that is now okay.
It's borderline. Anyway.
God bless.
So we've got All the Right Moves. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's what
so like the past two movies we watched, this was also released in 1983. I just want to go into this really quick because I think it's interesting. So they were all released in 1983. Losing It was filmed in late 1981.
Okay.
And stayed on the shelves just gathering dust for a year and a half, which I like. You can guess why.
Yes.
I mean, like thinking back on it, it wasn't really that bad. But it was pretty bad.
It was bad.
Yeah. Risky Business could not find any facts about when it was filmed, but I'm assuming it was filmed sometime in 1983.
Okay.
And then All the Right Moves was filmed over a 6-week period in mid-1983.
6 weeks. That's fast.
So, But check this out. Okay. Here are the release dates. Now, picture this. They all were released in the same year. Mm-hmm. This is 1983. You're there, right?
I'm there.
Picture yourself there. There are 3 movies come out, all with Tom Cruise.
Yes.
The first one comes out April.
Okay.
Losing It.
Yeah.
Risky Business released August.
Okay.
And then All the Right Moves released October.
Okay.
So it's not even a year. It is within half a year. 3 movies with Tom Cruise come out.
Yeah.
And this is what we were talking about earlier. Like they found Tom Cruise and they're taking him and thrusting him into Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like, we're going to make somebody of this guy and we're going to make a shitload of money off of him.
Yeah.
As soon as we can.
That's crazy.
And one of his biggest movies that's probably in like the top 100 or 200 movies on some lists is Risky Business, his second movie ever.
Right. And so I don't know how far we want to go into this, but it's interesting because the Risky Business and All the Right Moves must have been cast before. So All the Right Moves must have been cast before Risky Business came out, right? I would think.
Why? Oh yeah. So because Risky Business came out August. Yeah.
Right. So they're like the people who are casting these movies are seeing talent without like. I mean, I would suspect they're independent casting directors, right? So they're not working together. So, I mean, they're like seeing his talent independently of each other, and they're all making these movies within a year. It's crazy. And then for him to have been so successful, and for them to like independently find this guy within a couple months of each other and say like this is going to be our star.
That's the other piece of the puzzle is where did they find him? Mm-hmm. And how did he get so famous so fast? Like, why?
I don't know. Maybe at the end of the cruise, when we get back into harbor, we do like a "How did this happen?" sort of
a metaphor, an overarching metaphor. That's great.
Yeah,
because we're about to get analytical in this episode.
Should we jump into the 30-second synopsis?
Yeah. Do you want to just off the cuff it?
You want me to do it? You did great last time. I'll actually time you.
Oh, do you want to actually time me?
Yeah, I can actually. I do. Yeah, I can. Let me. Okay. Can I get that up?
Should I try to go as quick as possible or as close to 30 seconds as possible?
I think we want to be right in the 30-second.
Okay.
Close as you can.
All right.
Are you ready?
Go for it.
All right.
Go. Oh, go now. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it's about this guy named Steph, played by Tom Cruise. He lives in Pittsburgh, basically, in this place called Ampipe, because American Pipe Factory. I'm getting too much into the weeds. Anyway, he lives in this town. He hates living in this town. Not that he hates it, but he wants to leave. He wants to go somewhere else so he can study engineering. So he's playing football so he can get a scholarship to go to college. And early on in the movie, they lose a big game, and he gets kicked off the team. And so he spends the rest of the movie like trying to get into college anyway, but no one will take him because the coach has blackballed him. And so eventually he kind of figures his way out, and I can't spoil the ending. Should I
mean,
the end.
Okay.
The end.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. I need to get better at
Not bad. Yeah, we can work on it.
If you look at the back of the DVD case box, they never give away the ending.
No.
They always say like, Tom Cruise gets kicked off the football team, and he's about to learn that it's hard to not be on the football team. and then that's all they give you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. We might actually be able to just read the back of the DVD next time.
God damn it! Why haven't we done that?
Because
we're new to this. It's fine.
Yeah.
This is number 3. It's cool.
That was a 45-second, 30-second synopsis. So we're getting there.
And I really got off track.
You did. Yeah, you did. Which actually brings us to a new segment on our show.
Yeah.
We're going to call the Wine Corner.
Just Wine Corner.
Like
Family Guy.
Wine
It's not
Corner.
the Family Guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wine Corner.
Wine Corner.
Yeah. So what we decided is that for each of these movies, we would head over to the liquor store, grab ourselves a bottle of wine that most represents our feeling about the movie.
Yeah.
And then
I would say it reflects the spirit of the movie itself.
Yeah. And then we'll drink that bottle throughout the podcast.
Yeah.
And so this week, this episode, I suppose, we've chosen the original Dark Horse Pinot Noir. Now, I should say we know zero about wine. Well, you know,
I know
something.
enough
You know
to
words.
talk about it
Yeah.
to someone who also doesn't know much.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is me.
Yeah. So we can get along.
So we just went in, we looked at the back of the bottle to see what the descriptions were.
So what's the description on it? So first of all, it's called Dark Horse.
Yeah, it's called Dark Horse Pinot Noir. It showcases, this is from the back of the bottle.
Okay.
It showcases luscious flavors of cherry balanced with light oak.
Okay, wait. Luscious flavors of cherry.
Yep.
It's like connotations of romance and charm.
Yeah.
He's got a romance in there. Go ahead.
Balanced with light oak.
Oak. It's a very strong tree. They build door frames out of oak, you know? Keep going.
A hint of rose and spice.
Spice you gotta contend with.
This movie is full of a lot of spice.
A lot of spice.
Best
Spice
of all,
life.
this is really what sold us, a rich, velvety finish.
Because, and now I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it has a happy ending, this movie.
Yeah. So,
it's not a spoiler. But you know, I was thinking about it, and Dark Horse as like an idiom, as a phrase, does not really go in with this movie. Dark Horse is somebody who comes out of nowhere and wins, or has a hidden skill.
Yeah,
you know?
I think he kind of like becomes a dark horse. So we'll talk about that. Whatever. We can get into that. Anyway, so that's what we're drinking. It's
thanks for introducing that corner.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Hey,
cheers. Podcast.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I mean, we're doing it.
Yep.
So let's get into some of the characters.
Should we start with initial impressions?
Yeah, what was your initial impression?
So at first, when just watching the movie, I was bored. I
remember that.
It was slow, and I struggled to get through it.
You know how I could tell?
How's that?
Because you said, I'm bored.
Yes, I did say that
a couple times.
Since then, I have, as we've kind of discussed the movie to prepare for the podcast, I've sort of, I've liked it more and more as we discuss it. There's a little more there than it seems, but...
So we're calling this initial impressions. I don't want to interrupt you, but you gave me your initial impression. Should we also talk about how it developed? That's not an initial impression.
Yeah, okay. We're fine. Yeah, I was bored. Initial impressions.
I might have just ruined that.
Yeah.
My initial impression, I did think it was slow, but I found it charming. I can't personally relate, but I can empathize with his struggle to leave where he was and wanting something better, and how all those people were stuck but making the best out of having to work in factories and mills. And I thought that was charming. I liked that.
How about this? Did you like it?
Okay, tell you what, out of 10, I'd give it like a 6 or a 7.
Okay. I'm about there.
Yeah. I wouldn't really recommend it unless someone was kind of into that kind of that idea of like leaving and passing through a threshold and like finding your future and finding yourself. But you know, watching it again the second time, I was really bored.
Yeah. That doesn't matter. We didn't ask about recommendations.
Okay.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was
it
was fine. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 52.
6 to an 8 ish.
I'd say it's like a 65. It's a D. It's a solid D.
So we're kind of right in line with that.
Yeah.
Great.
You bad at segues. Let's talk about some of the characters. Let's go into Steph first. All right. So Steph is what I would call the hero. There is definitely going to be a Joseph Campbellian tinge to this podcast because we were looking at story circles, we were looking at archetypes.
Right.
So I might as well use some of those words already. He's the hero.
To be clear,
He's one on the journey.
Tom Cruise plays Steph.
Yeah. And when we were watching the movie, I thought it was staph, like staph infection. It's Steph as in Stefan.
The audio has gotten much better as we go newer.
Yeah.
I mean, we almost turned the subtitles on this one because we could. It was hard to understand what they were saying. But yes, Steph is Tom Cruise's character.
So his goal is to get into college, and he's using football, like you said earlier, as like a bridge to get there. But he loses that bridge, and so he has to figure out a way to get in without football as kind of a facilitator or an expediter. So that's kind of what the movie's about.
Yeah. So unlike a lot of the football players on the team, he doesn't actually want to play football.
No,
he wants to
use.
Good
at it.
He's good at it. He's good enough.
Yeah.
He wants to use football as a bridge to an engineering school where he can go and then have a career outside of Pittsburgh.
And then when he loses that convenient bridge, he has to he's threatened by being stuck in this place where all his friends, his family live there, but he wants to do things. He wants to build things, Right. So he has to kind of either figure out a way to get into college without it or to kind of find a willingness to live with it and just resign himself like his dad, his brother, and his friends have, which was still noble. It's still like they're all doing noble things, living noble lives, but he wants to get out of there.
Right. And actually everyone wants to get out of there. Most people don't have that option.
Right.
Like any good movie about a high school kid, there's a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Her name is Lisa.
I'm going to say archetypally, she's the goddess.
Okay.
She's the goddess of the story.
Played by Leah Thompson?
Leah Thompson. Yeah. She was the mom in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
She's hot. I said it so you don't have to.
All right. There you go.
She's great. She's definitely a great companion to Steph, but I think she's more than that.
Yeah. Unlike a lot of those high school movies, she actually has a character.
Yeah.
She plays an important role other than just being a girlfriend.
I could see a movie just about her getting into music school because she wants to be a musician.
That could be interesting.
I think that her whole power comes from her independence. Like she's able to help Steph and not be a burden on him because she's intelligent, she's creative, and she's independent and strong and ambitious, just like he is.
Yeah, and the other thing about it is the movie is not about him trying to get a girlfriend, which could be very typical of this kind of his two previous movies.
Yeah.
They established that they've been together for pretty much all of high school. They seem like a reasonable couple at this point. So it's more about their relationship and how she can help him. And
she's a cheerleader.
A little more,
right?
No, she's on the band. She's in the marching band.
Okay.
But there's more depth to it, so it's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Who else we got?
So we've got Coach Nickerson.
Yeah.
He archetypally is going to be the father figure.
Yeah, Craig T. Nelson.
Nelson
gets his coaching start.
I gotta tell you, so the only source I had for knowing of Craig T. Nelson before this was an episode of The Simpsons when Marge is daydreaming about Craig T. Nelson flying her away from her troubles, and that's all I knew. I didn't even know what he looked like. And you had seen a show with him before this.
I watched Coach, which was he was the coach in Coach,
and that preceded this movie.
I don't think so because I watched it. So
maybe this set the stage for him being cast as a coach.
Yeah. I mean, he was. I feel like this is his beginning as the coach
role.
Archetype.
Yeah. He so he is kind of like a father figure. He's a guide for a lot of these kids, getting them into good colleges, motivating them not to give up, not to be quitters. That's his whole mantra.
Right.
But he is kind of a dick.
He is a jerk.
He's selfish.
Yeah.
I mean, when he gets the chance to get a job at Cal Poly as a coach, he just forgets about the people who need him.
Right. But to be fair, his character is much like his players in that he's under extreme pressure to figure out how to get out.
Everybody wants to escape this place.
He's using the coaching job that he got as a bridge to get out. And that makes him do things that are, kind of horrible.
But that's the test of your character, is when you're in a tough spot, you're facing your greatest fear, how you act.
Yep.
And by the way, the town they're trying to leave is called Ampipe in the movie. I think it was shot in Pittsburgh. I can't remember. But it's called Ampipe for American Pipe, which is the name of the big factory there.
Right.
I think that's a great name for the city in this movie because it represents, the town is the factory.
Yeah. So we've got he's got some friends at school.
Yeah.
Brian is one of the other football players.
Yeah, and that actor turned out to do other stuff. Like I said, it was his big break, but I haven't seen him in anything else. I think he is a foil to Steph.
Yeah. Yep. I think he's used to show like what could go wrong.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
And
like, because Brian gets his girlfriend pregnant and breaks it to Steph, Tom Cruise. And the first thing Tom Cruise said to him is, "You stupid bastard." Because Brian is now living out Steph's worst nightmare, which is being stuck there.
And he finds out shortly after being given a like a full ride.
Yeah.
So he gets a full ride because of his football. And then he finds out shortly after that he's gotten his girlfriend pregnant. And then now he's like just devastated that he's not going to get out.
Yeah. But as the movie progresses, you see him kind of be okay with it.
Right. Yep.
Right. Because he gets married to the girl.
Yep.
I think he's really into the girl who got pregnant. They get married and he sees Brian kind of still thriving. So I think that's a good foil for Steph because he gets to see that, maybe it is not the end of the world if he can't leave.
Yeah, but it's like the kind of thriving that everybody does in the town, right? They do well if they go to the factory, they work. Yeah. And then it's like a mine or something. Factory.
Yeah, I think it's a steel foundry.
That's right. Yeah. So he's doing well in the sense that he's like married, he's got a job, but it's still not what Steph wants. It's still like
it's not success.
It's what everyone in the town does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, move on. So Salvucci, I think, is the next one.
Yeah, it's his, let's see.
Salvucci is the guy who was on the football team.
Right.
Vinny Salvucci.
Yep. He shows like the other side of the kind of the opposite of Brian.
Yeah. He can't use football to get out because I think his family is so poor, he can't even play football. He needs to quit high school and get a job because they're so destitute. Like he ends up committing armed robbery.
Right. Yeah. And that's one of the areas where we get a little bit of insight into the attitude of the coach.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that later. But
so there's a scene where Vinny comes up to the coach or they're talking and it says, like, I can't do this anymore. My family, we're like starving. We need money. My dad got laid off.
Right.
And the coach what does he do? He kind of tries to convince him to stay on the team anyway, just so they can win.
Well, yeah, I thought like he's basically asking coach for like, I need to work, so you need to let me do that, but I also need to play football, and he doesn't let him choose.
Yeah,
he basically he doesn't let him do both.
Yeah,
and so Salvucci has to quit the team, and ends up I think committing armed robbery and then getting taken to jail. Yeah. So it's like the total opposite.
Which is
of
so great.
Brian.
So he gets arrested when they're in class, and the two cops who arrest him, watching it the second time is so funny because they're the worst actors. They come in and they say, "We're the police. You're under arrest," and they slam him down on his desk. Like, I don't know if this is the 60s or if did cops really do that shit? It's two guys in trench coats who look like they are fat.
I mean, they're still doing that shit, right?
I guess so, but it was so 60s to me. It sounds like something my dad would have told me about. And then they bring him, they're carrying him through the hallway, and Coach Nickerson follows him out. He's like, "Where are you taking him?" And the cops say, "We're taking him to jail."
But but Salvucci is like begging for the coach to help him.
Begging,
right? Help me. He's like screaming to get help, and the coach doesn't do anything.
Until it's too late.
Yeah. Right.
What else we got?
We've got
Pop.
We got Pap. Yeah.
He's kind of like, when we were originally talking about archetypes, I was thinking he's kind of a mothering figure, because there's a scene where Steph is like at his lowest point. Mm-hmm. He's curled up in a fetal position on the bed. I even call this scene fetal position scene.
I think I read that here.
Yeah. Notes, and his dad, and he has his head in his dad's lap. His dad's stroking his hair. So it's like, but not really a mother figure. He's more of a guardian. Right?
Yeah, I guess so.
If Steph was stuck in the town and couldn't get to college, his dad would help him through it,
Right. Yep.
That's all I got.
Yeah, he doesn't have a mother figure. So the mother is gone. I think she died.
I think she's dead.
Yeah.
She died.
So his pop needs to kind of fill that role. He's got a brother too, which is he's basically doing the same thing. His brother is older and has basically succumbed to the town, right?
Yeah.
And so every opportunity that Steph gets, his brother is like encouraging him to take it regardless of how meager it is.
Right.
So it's like the first offer Steph gets to come play for a school, his brother's like, you need to take that because you're not going to get opportunities like this.
Because it's a shoe-in.
Yep. And he doesn't. Steph doesn't. And that kind of comes back to haunt him a little bit later. But
yeah. Well, Steph was trying to negotiate. He was trying to, push them aside a little bit, neglect them so he can get a better offer.
Yeah.
Which is smart. But
I think he's still a little naive in that he can get a better offer.
And thinking that nothing would happen that would screw this up for him.
Exactly. Yep. So his brother kind of plays the role of like, I did that. I waited and tried to get offers. And then here I am still in the town living with my dad.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting... He's an interesting character, but he doesn't have a whole lot to do with it.
No, they have like one scene together. He's kind of supportive, but also kind of like, Steph, you should like settle. Just get out of here. Doesn't matter where you go. I think we could circle back because I want to talk about the scene where he gets kicked off the team. Steph does.
Yeah, why don't we actually just kind of like go through we've got this idea of the story circle, right?
Yeah.
And we've got specific
we've got these steps taken from story circle, which is Joseph Campbell. He's an anthropologist and like a mythologist. He created a story circle with all these stages and archetypes. And we've kind of like paired up the scenes where each of these pivotal points happen in the plot. So we can just go through it like that, I guess.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So the first real big thing that happens, 30 minutes into the movie, they're having the big game, the big football game.
It happens fast.
Yeah.
It seems like the biggest thing that's going to happen in the movie, and it's like
I
right
remember
away.
asking you, like, how is this movie almost over? Because this seems like the climax.
Yeah.
Like, if this were like Remember the Giants or some football movie, like typical one, that would be 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah, and that's interesting. It's not a football movie.
It's not.
Not at all.
You think it is.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that threw me off about the movie, actually, is because you kind of have to reconcile the fact that it's a football movie, but it's not really about football.
Right. So they're playing this is the rich school.
The rich preppy school.
Like on the other side of town or something.
The best thing about this team that Coach Nickerson says is they've even got a golf team for boys and girls.
And girls, exactly.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, do we live so far into the 21st century that they only allowed boys to play golf?
I don't know. If you've got money, you can let the girls play.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
But that's how they highlight. That's at the pep rally. That's how they like illustrate to the school that these guys are jerks.
Yeah,
like they're the rich preppy
progressive people who only who also let girls play golf.
Right.
Those bastards.
And they've never what is it? They have beat everyone.
They're third in the league.
Okay.
Or like third in the county or whatever.
Yeah.
They are they're kicking everyone's ass. And so this is the big game. This is their chance.
And so the other point is that recruiters will be there because it's a big game. This team is
not only for the players, but for the coach too.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a big game. And Coach Nickerson and really the whole school is counting on their team to win this game for pride, because there's going to be recruiters there and they're going to like pick some players up. It's like a big deal for everybody that they win.
The whole town is watching this.
This is like super early in the movie. So you're thinking, okay, they got to win this game. This is the big thing.
Let's go into the game itself.
Sure.
Okay. Just skip through the first 3/4 of the game, really. They're doing pretty well. I think it's like pretty much tied, but Ampipe, Steph's team is winning.
They are winning. But
they lose possession. The prep school is like right on the goal line.
Mm-hmm. So what happens is it's basically tied.
Yeah.
Ampipe is they're ahead. Shit, this is complicated.
Okay.
I don't know sports that well.
Okay, all right. Okay. They're on Ampipe is Steph's team. They're on Ampipe's end zone, right? They're right at the goal line. Ampipe has possession, right?
Yes.
And so they're about to drive them back. It's like 10 seconds.
They just scored. So here's what it is. Okay, here's how it goes. So they just scored. They're ahead.
Who?
Ampipe.
Okay.
But they get pushed back into their own end zone.
Mm-hmm.
And so the option is you take the safety,
right,
and then punt.
Yeah.
Or you go for
Keep
it.
playing.
Right.
Get another touchdown. Yeah.
So the coach decides.
So this is the coach makes that decision.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
riskier, stupid decision.
Exactly.
So they're winning.
Yep. They're winning. They could take the safety, and then the other team scores, but doesn't go ahead of them.
Right.
So he decides to like pass the ball or something like that.
Yeah, they do a throwing play.
Yeah, and it like starts raining right before that. So it's like all nasty and slippery. And so instead of taking the safety, the coach calls a passing play and it gets intercepted.
Yep.
And then
so they fumble the ball. The prep school picks up the ball and scores.
They fumble it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they end up winning.
But so Steph makes
here's the thing.
He makes a foul.
Yes. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
So let's get to the actual conflict. I'll tell you what happens. So like after the game, they are depressed. I mean, that Salvucci guy, I think he's the quarterback, or he's one of the passers, the guy who dropped the ball.
Yes.
He is crying in the locker room. He's upset. The coach comes in and he's telling them, like, we f***ed up. He's basically putting the blame on all the players, even though it was his call to make that stupid move. Steph calls him out, which is bad news. I mean, part of the reason Steph gets into all his trouble is because of his hubris. Because he's young, he thinks he's right, and he talks back to figures of authority.
Yeah, but he rightfully so.
Yeah, it's the coach is a dick.
Yeah,
but Steph is arrogant.
Yeah,
right. He talks back. The coach says the reason that we were by the end zone is because you did what I told you not to do. You pulled a flag, and that's why they were so close to the end zone. It was your fault.
Yes, it was pass interference.
Yeah.
He went for the player, not the ball.
Yep.
And that was something that you told him not to do earlier in practice.
Yep. Blames it on him. So that's when the Coach Nickerson, so Steph talks back to him. Coach Nickerson says, "Get your shit. Get out of here. You're off the team."
Yeah. So he says, I told you to go for the ball in practice. You went for the player. You drew a foul, and then they were able to score and beat us.
It's just as much on you as it is on everybody else.
Yep. And actually, he kind of blames Steph entirely. Like, he's saying, Salvucci, he fumbled the ball. It's not his fault. It's not on him. And the coach is saying, yeah, it's not on him. It's on you because you committed the foul.
Right.
And so he kicks him off the team. And that's kind of the big, we have some arguments about whether or not this is the crossing of the threshold.
Okay.
Or what, like, I think what does this part mean?
This is the call to adventure.
Okay.
This is something happens to him. Something is taken away from him initially, which is his participation on the football team.
Right.
And that is the thing that ruins his whole ordinary life, right?
Yeah,
throws
because
him into the dark.
His plan, his whole concept of life is that he's going to be decent at football, a good student, and then he'll get a scholarship and be able to go do engineering, right?
Yep.
So that's like the call to adventure is that's not going to happen now because you just got kicked out of the team and your whole plan is out the window.
It's kaput.
Kaput. Yeah. So I can get behind that. I think that's the call to adventure. I like that.
Yeah.
That works.
Okay. So, but he doesn't really take it seriously when he gets kicked off the team. Like this is separate stage refusal of the call, right? He doesn't want to figure shit out without football. He wants to just get back on the team by supplicating the coach.
Right. And he thinks, I mean, to be fair, I think it's reasonable. He thinks, well, the coach is upset that we lost. It's a big deal.
Right.
He'll calm down and I'll be able to get back on the team. Like he's still not convinced. He's hurt. Like it's a big, it's a problem, but we'll fix this.
And you can see some of that tension when he tries to get on the bus with the players on the way home.
Right.
And the coach will not let him get on and he has to hitchhike.
Yep. He says the bus you're trying to get on is for football players.
Yeah.
You need to get on the bus with the cheerleaders because you're not a football player.
Yeah.
And then he decides not to do that, but go get a ride from some, I don't know who,
drunk
like some random
people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one of the rides he gets home, it turns out to be some jackasses from the bar who want to tear up the coach's house.
Right, because they are diehard Ampipe fans.
Yep.
And the coach, they have the correct assessment of what went wrong.
Which is the coach screwed up.
Yeah, the coach should have taken the safety.
Yeah.
And then
And like, okay, so there's a great scene. I wanted to bring this up when we were talking about Pop. There's a great scene in the bar right before this where all these guys are pissed off that they lost the game. They're pissed off at the coach. And Steph's dad is there. He's sitting at the bar, and the guy next to him is wasted. And he says, "Hey, your son lost us the game." Like, just making trouble. Steph's dad turns around to him and pops him right in the face.
Oh, yeah.
The guy just falls down on the bar table, and everyone looks at it, and then returns to their business. And that's why I was singing the Cantina song. It's just like when Han shoots Guido in the Cantina.
Yeah.
Because
the
like
music
everyone
stops and everyone's like,
and it goes back to yeah. It's exact the same shit.
that's
but
perfect.
yeah, so all those people at the bar are pissed off they lost the game.
Do you think that's where they got the inspiration for that scene?
You mean who All Right Moves or George Lucas?
Well, George
This
Lucas
came
was
after-
earlier, right?
yeah,
So
this
they're
came
like,
after
oh,
the
this is a
first one.
cantina scene.
Yeah.
There are two things in the cantina, right? Because there's the Han Solo deal,
There's also the lightsaber.
and then the lightsaber. They
thing.
cut off the guy's arm.
So it happens twice.
Yeah, and everyone's like, what? Oh, that's fine.
Okay, that happened
Yeah.
yesterday too. It's Tuesday. Anyway, so so Steph hitches a ride with these drunk guys from the bar, not knowing that they're going to trash Coach Nickerson's house.
Mhm.
But he's with them, and he's kind of goaded by them. So he empties some garbage onto the lawn, and then he sees them like slashing Coach's tires, throwing shit, like spray painting the walls of the house, and he's not cool with it. He's
Yeah.
trying to get them to leave.
Right. He says he thinks they're going too far,
Yeah.
and they're just drunk hillbillies.
And this, I don't know if I'm right about this, but I identified this as Belly of the Whale, because this is when he's first entering like this dangerous part of life. It's dark. There's enemies around. He doesn't know what to do. It's really dangerous.
Yeah, and he has no allies.
He has
Right?
no
The
allies.
coach is
Yeah.
against him. These guys are doing things that he's uncomfortable with.
They are
He's
not
trying to
in
get
his
them to
best
stop.
interest. Yeah.
And he no longer has any support at all. So
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. Belly of the
Okay.
whale.
Yeah.
When did we cross the threshold? Did we talk about that?
No, I mean, okay, so before that, the next day, right after trashing the coach's house, and the coach sees him there.
He goes outside and
He sees Steph
Yep.
running away. He recognizes him because he's seen him run every day. He goes to practice the next day to try to, and he kept using this word, supplicate. He's pleading with the coach the next day, hey, but not really in an authentic way. He's like, he looks down and he kind of, clears his throat and he says, hey, coach, I'm like really sorry. Like, I was like totally off base. Sorry.
I don't know. I took it like he's a child.
Yeah.
He expects
little baby.
that like
Parents.
the elders are going to be reasonable,
Yeah.
right? And he's thinking like this guy is being absurd, and like I'm gonna apologize, and it's gonna be fine.
He doesn't want to ruin my life.
But that's
He knows.
exactly what he should do.
Yeah.
Right. Like he's the child. The coach should understand that.
Yeah.
And
Punish him, discipline him,
Yeah.
but not ruin his life.
ruin his life. Exactly.
So there is a point where he has asked the coach to be let on. Coach says no because he recognized that Steph was there last night. And Steph turns around and he's walking away and says, hey, coach, you're really man. And the coach turns around and says to him, no, son, you are.
Yeah.
That for me is the crossing of the threshold.
Okay.
It's because it's not one discrete physical action, but he has departed. He cannot get back on the team, period.
Yep.
And he's nailed his own coffin by trashing coach's house and yelling at him,
Right. Yeah. I think that's definitely it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Cool.
that's the point of no return. The coach is basically establishing it directly.
Yep.
Like you're screwed. I'm not gonna do this. You're out. Which
You
I
are
think
cast out of my house.
Yeah, which I think speaks a lot about the coach
Mhm.
and his. I wrote it down during the movie, but it's basically like he's just as immature or more so
And the players.
than his players. Like
Totally.
he is supposed to be the leader, the role model, the guy that has the character.
Yep.
But he's succumbed to the same pressures that the kids have.
Yeah.
But it's to a greater extent, right? Because he has no control at all when they're out there playing. they represent him, and he has no control over that.
Yep.
So Steph commits the foul, and that represents him directly to the recruiters.
Yeah.
His wife is putting so much pressure on him to like, we need to get out of here,
Right.
because this is not working for our family.
Yeah.
And so he's
true.
in this position of
He's
being
desperate.
like, he's desperate
And has no control.
but has no control.
Yeah.
And so it pushes him to do things that are like beyond what you would expect a reasonable human to do to a high school kid.
Yeah.
And I think that like he realizes that in the end. He comes to, he has some influences that push him to.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
He kind of reconciles with Steph a little bit.
He does, yeah. But he's still like, I think he's in a much worse position than any of his players because he's already beyond the point of going anywhere.
Right.
So now he needs them to perform and do well and,
I'm totally
do what I say or else
he's in a tough spot.
Totally screwed.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot.
And so it really shows that his character is lacking because he can't get past Steph, you have screwed me. And so I'm going to do the same to you.
Yep.
So he like casts him out and that's it.
And pretty much the next scene after that, so when he couldn't get on the bus on the way home and he almost got on a cheerleader's bus, his girlfriend runs out from the band bus and is like, Steph, what's going on? Like, it's okay. It's not a big deal. You just lost the game. And he yells at her.
Mm-hmm.
Just like he's like really stressed and he just yells at her, she doesn't like that. So right after he tries to get back on the team and fails, he has a conversation with Lisa and he's apologizing to her. And they have what actually came off as a really authentic conversation between boyfriend and girlfriend where he says like, I've really been an asshole, haven't I? And she says, yeah, you have. And this is a point where we kind of see another side of Lisa too, because she is also pissed, but not because he yelled at her necessarily, but because she wants a scholarship for music. And she's seeing all these football players get scholarships, even though they can't even write their name, as she says.
Right. Yeah. So it's a situation where so she's in an even lower position as Steph.
Oh yeah.
Steph can
by virtue of being a girl.
Exactly. Steph can see a bridge. He's got the football. That's going to get him out. She doesn't have even the bridge.
Yep.
And yet she's still like maintaining character and working on being good at what she does. She's on the marching band. So she's working on being good at that, getting good grades, despite not having a bridge at all.
Yeah.
And so when
she must think that she has absolutely no hope.
Right. And so
a sliver of a chance.
When Steph yells at her because he's lost his bridge, she's like,
totally unfair.
You gotta be kidding me. I don't have that to even begin with.
Yeah.
So what do you expect? Like, and I think there's a quote that she says like only the idiot football players can get scholarships.
Yeah.
And so I think it's one of those moments where Steph realizes that like he had this big opportunity and he was actually blessed to be in that situation where he could have been so much worse off just being, like you say, just because you're a girl, you can't be on the football team.
Yeah.
There are no scholarships for that.
This is one of the big moments. I think most of Steph's actual character development is realizing his own arrogance. And this is one of those big steps for him.
Yeah.
He realizes, wow, I've been so like unaware of my own privilege relative to even my girlfriend, who's like my closest friend.
Exactly. Yeah. And so there's like and that's like, we talked about it earlier with her having sort of a deeper character. This is where I think it really comes through that there's way more to her than, just being the girlfriend. So I think she teaches him a lot about, the struggles that other people has, and that makes him a little more humble.
Yeah.
You were saying that a lot of his problems are due to his hubris. Mm-hmm. And so she sort of like enlightens him in that way.
By being pissed at him and saying you need to apologize or, getting to.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So almost the next scene after that, I think one or two are in the middle. So we know earlier on in the movie that they have not had sex and he really wants to, and she's not sure because he's going to leave at first. He's going to leave and she doesn't want to be left there having just had sex with him and then he's gone, So it's kind of like a little bit of a pain point in the movie. The next scene after they have this reconciliation, she comes over and they do it. He loses it.
Yep.
She loses it. Yep. And so those two things for me represent the meeting with the goddess, which is the next Campbellian stage in the story.
Yeah.
Right? This is where the woman figure in his life gives him extra power and extra confidence to go through his journey, right? And to solve his problems. And I don't want to talk about the sex scene. It's so weird. Not the scene itself isn't that weird, but it's so, I hate using the word tender. It's it's very tender and romantic.
I guess,
and it's not like a power, there's no power dynamic in the sex scene, right? It's not him dominating her. It's them entering into something together and her actually giving him some extra strength almost.
Yeah. And do you think, so I'm trying to figure out why in the beginning she doesn't want to do it with him.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because he's basically gonna stay? That she's afraid in the beginning that she's gonna lose him because he's gonna get a scholarship and go on and play football and that's it for their relationship. And so she doesn't want to be in that position.
I hear you. Later on she has a talk with Coach Nickerson's wife, and she tells the wife, even if he has to leave, I have to let him go. Like, I just want him to be happy. I want him to do good. I think she's just trying to help him. I think she wants him to know that she's on his side and they're in this together.
Yeah, what is her motivation?
I think to help him,
Yeah.
I can see you're not satisfied with that.
Yeah, it's just a shitty position for her to be in. It's like,
oh yeah, it doesn't get her anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
what's
it
her
gets her
motivation?
some intimacy with him and maybe promises that he'll help her in the future.
Yeah.
And it makes them closer because it looks like they might end up together and have to stay in the town at this point,
Right. Yeah. And ultimately she does all the work for him.
In the sex?
No.
She's riding him?
No, in that she goes to Nickerson's wife and pleads the case and basically
that's a big part of
she kind of lays out like, haven't you ever been in love with someone that you want to be successful, and even if that means you have to give them up, and Nickerson's wife is basically like, yeah, that exactly happened to me.
Yeah, exactly.
The same exact story. And so that's how he gets back on the team, right?
So
that's how he moves on.
I want to say that's a big part of him getting back on the team and reconciling with the coach, but it's not all of it. It's like 40% of it, but it's not all of it.
40%?
Really? I'll tell you why.
You think it's less than half?
I want to say, first of all, what you're getting to is the road of trials.
Okay.
That's the next stage, right?
Sure.
But I want to finish up the sex scene. Okay.
You gotta finish that up.
Come on. Yeah. When she comes into his room, she notices a picture of them from prom hanging over his bed. And she says, "You have it over your bed, huh?" And he says, "Yeah." She's never been inside his bedroom. She's never been there before. Unless he just put it up there because he knew she was coming over.
You know this only because you watched it twice. You watched it without me, and now you have an advantage.
Maybe you should watch it twice, man.
Maybe you should invite me.
I'm really bad at inviting and planning shit. You know that. Anyway, we can move on. Yeah, so the next stage in this story is the road of trials. He is cast out from his father's household. He's cast off the team. He has to find some way to make it work, and this is his adventure, right? So like you said, his girlfriend going to the coach's house and having a one-on-one with the coach's wife where they go on a long walk and talk about their feelings is very important to the story.
Oh, it is. I think that's...
Okay.
I think that's a majority of the reason.
Let me give you three things that Steph does.
3 things.
Okay. First, there's a scene with Steph typing away on a little typewriter.
Yep.
I'm moving my hands like my wrists are bendy. He's typing away at a typewriter. He's writing to colleges saying, if spot opens up, if anything happens, let me know. He's sending out letters to everybody. You see him a couple scenes later on the phone with colleges who have already accepted.
Yeah, with the first guy.
With the first
who
guy
said,
who was Locke from Lost. John Locke from Lost was one of the recruiters. You don't
did not.
But
yeah, he said, "I've always got your back. If something doesn't work out, call me. I've got your back."
The same shit that the coach said.
Yep. And then, nope, it's over.
Nope, you are.
Yep, because it's too late.
Well, it's because the coach blackballed him. Coach
also
was talking to all the recruiters and the coaches saying, no, he's got
a bad attitude. Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
And then let's see, is there anything else that I should talk about before?
You said there were 3 things, right? So he's typewriter, making phone calls. What's the third?
So the third thing that he does, and this is what I'm going to say fits into the atonement with the father stage.
He's making air quotes.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Is that he's in the diner, and the coach and his wife are sitting at a booth. Steph is getting up to leave. He walks over to them, and he doesn't even look at the coach. He just looks at the coach's wife and says, "Hey, I know it's too late, but I just have to say this for myself. I was there that night. I'm really sorry for what happened to your house. It's terrible that it happened." And then he walks away, which is, again, his development of overcoming his own arrogance. He's being humble, and he's saying, I just got to do this for myself because his own conscience is all he really has at this point. He's lost everything.
Yeah. And at that point, he's not getting back on the team. He knows that. And so he's just got to move on.
Yeah.
And the only way he can do that is by making up with basically saying his piece.
Yeah. He still has enough pride to not talk to the coach. He's not about to say to the coach, hey, I understand what you did, because the coach is being a dick.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the coach has gotten recruited.
At the to be coach at Cal Poly.
Yeah.
This is a good school.
Yep. So he's basically used all of his players to get what he needs at their expense.
They are dispendable.
Yep.
That's not the word. Disposable.
Disposable.
They're
That's
dispendable.
it. Yeah. So is this where we get to the not a god?
Yeah. Take it away. This is still the atonement with the father.
Yeah.
He leaves the diner and coach follows him.
Right.
Trying to talk to him.
But the coach is still not relenting.
No,
basically.
The coach is just happy that his desperate straits are over and he's leaving this shithole.
Exactly.
But he does start to feel bad because Steph is showing that he doesn't have an attitude problem. He's overcoming a lot of these teenage angst and arrogance. And so he's starting to feel bad. He's starting to feel like a real shitball, which he should.
Mm-hmm.
So he follows Steph out. And then what does Steph say? Go ahead.
Steph tells him, You're not a god, you're a typing teacher.
I really like that.
And so he really brings him down into reality, basically. It's like he's got this idea that he can control everyone's paths by his actions, but Steph just kind of breaks him down and, you're just a typing teacher, because that's what he does at the school.
Yeah. And it's actually a cool shot. They're standing outside and you can see Steph is silhouetted in front of a big cathedral. And he looks at it and then turns back to the coach and says, "You're not God, motherfucker." He says that under his breath. You can't hear it, but
it's there. It's there. And then he runs away, doesn't he?
He runs away.
This is one of those scenes where he just runs.
He's got a good
run.
But
Tom Cruise.
This whole thing. So the next stage is apotheosis.
Oh boy,
it's an SAT word.
It's a big word.
Yeah, it's an SAT word.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
APE. So it basically means that apotheosis is like the elevation to the status of a god, which it's not really what's happening to him, but what is happening to Steph is that he is now prepared to make his final self-sacrifice. He is now finally willing to resign himself to working at a foundry or working for a demolition company. And that is the ultimate sacrifice for him. That's facing his greatest fear.
Yeah.
He's ready for it.
He gets a job. I mean, he's working over there. They're trying to dismantle some.
Which is a very important point, I think, because what Steph wanted to do was be an engineer. He wanted to construct things.
He wanted to be the guy on top of the role that he ends up in.
Yep. I think more importantly, he wanted to make things, right?
Oh, interesting.
But the job he ends up getting is demolition. They are destroying things. They are agents of chaos. He wanted to be an agent of creation. I think that's important.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's good.
You like it?
I do.
Okay.
I'm on board with that.
Sarcastic.
Wow. Yeah, I think maybe if I had watched it twice, I could have.
I will invite you next time.
I could have maybe gotten to there, but that's fine. You want to just show your superiority.
I wrote that down after the first.
You're not a god, John.
You're only a typing teacher.
Just a podcast host.
I want to say that's my boss. I won't.
Your boss is not a typing teacher.
He's not a typing teacher. He would be very.
You should say that though. That would be good. Yeah, he would be.
I'd have to explain it.
Super confused.
Okay,
where do we go from here?
Let's just get to the end of the story. I mean, it seems like we've gone through the whole plot pretty much, which I kind of like.
Yeah. It's good.
The scene right after that is him working for the demolition company, tearing down one of the foundries in the town.
He's accepted his fate.
Yeah.
This is
And he's cool
But
with it.
he's
He has
cool
the
with
girl.
it. This is and Lisa is happy that he's gonna stay. She's spoken her piece to Nickerson's wife, basically.
She's done her
laid out the case. Yeah. And so you're kind of, this is the very end of the movie. You're sort of left like, okay, this is not how you expect the ending to go exactly.
What if it ended there?
Honestly, I think I approached the movie as I would prefer it to end there.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it's like a lot of people learned a lot of things.
Yeah.
We went through the trials. Nickerson kind of understood his role, albeit he got what he wanted, which is unfortunate. But for the audience watching, you really learn that, like, you learn what not to do, the things that will kind of destroy your path.
Well, yeah, okay, I disagree. I think if the movie ended right after he got cut off the team, then that would be the theme. Like, don't be arrogant. You'll get kicked off your football team.
Yeah.
But if it ended right there, would he, like, resign himself to this shitty life, or this life that he wouldn't make okay? It kind of tells you that even if you overcome your arrogance and make peace with all your enemies, you're still going to end up right where you left off.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the message could be, though, that, like, the thing you've got in your mind, like, you've got this, he's got the football as the bridge to engineering. He's going to have this huge career.
Doesn't always work out.
That doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
But that you can be, there are good things that come out of it, right? Like, he's got his girlfriend, like, they're going to stay together.
Yeah.
That's going to be important. She's happy. Yeah. He's happy. They're going to have a reasonable life. Like,
and it all came as a result of him going through these trials.
Right. They all learned from what happened.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think ending it there is reasonable in that, like, everyone gets a lesson. But Nickerson gets a lesson. He gets a lesson. Girlfriend gets a lesson. Everyone learns.
But you know what, Marty?
They're happy.
I think we needed a velvety finish.
Oh, we do. We do. Yes. It needs a nice, because it's made here. Yeah. We need a nice little velvety finish to this. What happens? How
are you enjoying mine?
I mean, it's not bad. I can taste. So after I read the back, and it told me to taste cherry, and so now I do.
Do you taste it?
I do.
I don't taste any
full
cherry.
Of cherry. Really? Just think about it when you're drinking next.
I know how to taste things.
You don't. You don't. Clearly, you don't.
No.
Anyway, so what happened? How did we end?
So this is a combination of two stages. The first is, thanks for making that face. The first is rescue from without, which is the coach comes to him after his day at the foundry and gives him what is also called the ultimate boon, which is, I want you to play for me at Cal Poly. He gives him a scholarship. So the coach comes in after Steph has learned to make peace with everything, after he's learned that this is going to be his life and he's cool with it. He comes in and saves him from that darkness, pulls him out of it, and gives him this gift, which saves him.
It does, yeah. The thing that bothers me about the ending is that the coach is horrible. Like, he's a horrible character.
Yeah.
He's
unforgivable.
Yeah,
I don't like him.
He's, like, just terrible. And then the ending is like his saving, right? It's like, how do we make the coach, we'll bring him back up again and make him like a good person. He gets his job at Cal Poly, and now, how would you like a full ride scholarship at the best engineering school in the country? Like, it's bullshit that the coach gets to come back from all that shit.
Don't they say something? Doesn't Steph say something right after that that's like, this doesn't make up for what you did, or this doesn't make you a good guy, or something like that?
I don't know. I only watched it once.
Me, God. Anyway, whatever. You're right. You're right.
It changes his life. I think my problem with it is that it brings the coach back to, like,
right, because he was gone. That was resolved.
Exactly. Yeah. And Steph is like, now Steph has this debt that he owes to the coach, where the coach was just a total dick to him.
It doesn't deserve forgiveness, really.
No, it doesn't at all. And I would prefer, like, I would have liked for, maybe that recruiter that Steph talked to earlier, maybe the coach says, oh, like, he goes to the recruiter and says, like, don't count this kid out. he's decent. Like, call him up, and he gets a job. Like,
I know
that Steph gets
Keep
picked
going.
up by a different team.
Yes,
but it sort of redeems the coach a little bit. But it's still.
Here's the thing. Here's what you're getting at. I think is that the coach faces him face to face at the end of the movie, and gives him this thing, and basically forces, by virtue of the situation and the context, he forces Steph to forgive him.
Yeah.
When really he should have given Steph that thing, and then Steph would be like, okay, you're on the path to me forgiving you.
Right. And so he's still playing the role of God.
Yeah.
Like, I am in this position. I can give this to you.
Yeah.
And so now everyone is happy, and we've redeemed the coach.
And he's still the coach of Steph, so he's still in charge of his life.
Exactly. So that's where I don't.
Yeah.
This ending it's the easy way to end it, right?
It was
like
bullshit.
It's super easy for the writers to say, well, let's redeem everybody.
Yeah.
The coach gives Steph the position. He's got a full ride. It's a good deal.
Yeah.
The coach gets out. It's a big thing.
I think you wrote a better ending just now.
Well, thank you.
Just
write.
It's like the little good deed.
Yeah.
The little good deed that really
and maybe even like the fact that the coach gets a deal is what bugs me. Like, maybe the coach doesn't get recruited and says, like, and comes to his senses and, like, I can't get out. I'm an adult.
And helps him anyway.
I need to help him anyway. I'm going to call that recruiter and end this deal.
Are they still working on this movie? Can we get in there?
I don't think so. I think it's already
15, 25 years old.
I should write Tom Cruise movies in the 80s. Yeah,
that's a good idea. Yeah, you could do some.
But I think that's like that happens a lot in American movies. Is that we like to wrap everything up with everybody in the movie, all the characters being happy and successful, and it's a good deal.
It also happens like on network shows. Like if you watch Eddie's show on ABC, they wrap everything up in 25 minutes.
It's because we like that.
Works.
We feel good about that, and we leave the theater and we feel
nothing resolves itself in 25 minutes in real life.
No, we spend our money. And now we feel good.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think that's what bothered me about the conclusion is that
it was bullshit.
It redeemed everybody when some people it should be irredeemable.
Yeah.
The coach he's vile.
Yeah. Yeah. But, all right, we're done. We did a great job on that part. We're not done.
Yeah.
Let's get into trivia and reviews. My favorite parts.
Reviews and reviews of reviews.
Yes. There you go.
So
reviews and reviews of reviews. We need some music for that one.
So excited.
Yeah, we're so excited.
This is maybe one of our favorite sections.
It's my favorite.
Mostly because the name is very silly.
Yeah, reviews and reviews and reviews.
And reviews, yeah.
It's a tongue twister.
Reviews and reviews
Sally
of reviews.
sells reviews by the seashore.
She does.
Yeah.
And they are not worth it. So we've scoured the internet.
Yeah, we've gone into hidden corners, niches that you wouldn't even want to go.
As deep as we could possibly go.
Yeah.
And we have landed on Amazon.com.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's where we started.
Right.
Finishing.
Yes.
You know what? I'm going to fill us up a little bit.
The internet.
There you go.
And that is the bottle.
That's the bottle. Okay.
So
I've got some good ones.
John is excited. He's got some reviews that he would like to review.
Yeah. Okay. The first one. The first one is a 5-star review by Pat from 2016, and it's titled "Great Movie, One of My Favorite Movies of All Time." Makes sense why he gave it 5 stars. The review is "Great movie, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's about a small town kid who's trying to get a college scholarship." Now,
that's it.
That's it. And that's also his synopsis of the story. I was having trouble with the 30-second synopsis earlier, and it makes me super happy that I'm not the worst.
How long does that take? Let's try it.
Okay, time me.
All right, hold on. Let me get the...
All right,
we're almost there. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Go.
It's about a small town kid who's trying to get a college scholarship.
3.19 seconds.
3.19 seconds.
We have a lot to learn from Pat about synopses.
Pat's good at brevity, but I think he left some stuff out.
Or she.
Oh, shit. Women can be Pats too. It's the 21st century.
Yeah. My mom's name is Pat. Go on.
People are going to look her up. All right. The next one I wanted to share was 5 stars.
Whoa. What is your review of that review?
Oh, shit.
We forgot the key component.
That's my favorite part. I give that review a... Are we doing that on 10?
It's whatever you want to give it out.
I give it 5 stars out of 10 stars.
50%.
Yeah, because I think it was bad. But not that bad. I need a better rubric.
Yeah,
for this.
a rubric.
Let me move on.
That's a good word.
Thanks. Another 5-star review says, of course I would like the movie, and of course is spelled Cource.
Nice.
So, can't spell. And it says, our fire company supplied the rainstorm with our pumpers. So, of course, I would like the movie.
What?
And every word in the sentence has a capital first letter.
Okay.
So,
wait,
our
read
fire company supplied all has capitalized first letters in the words.
Yeah.
But let's get to the meat of it.
Okay. So, read it back to me in its entirety.
Our fire company supplied the rainstorm with our pumpers. I think he's referring to the rainstorm that happened during the game.
In the football game.
So, of course, with 2 C's, I would like the movie.
Which, I mean, that's kind of cool.
But 5 stars.
5 stars because
just because you're proud of your work.
Your pumpers.
They didn't even do anything.
All right.
He's probably just a sales associate.
What's your review of that review?
Thank you for reminding me again. I'm gonna give that a 7.
Ooh,
because I get it. I would be proud of
you would be proud of your pumpers.
I like that he's taking the credit for something he didn't really do with his bare hands.
Yeah, I like the word pumpers.
I like the word pumpers and fire company.
Fire company.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Give me a job there.
Yeah. To be a firefighter.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
What else you got?
So I've got a couple more.
All right.
Here's a 1-star review titled "Did Not Stand the Test of Time"
Ooh.
by Joe.
I read this one.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, it's from 2015, and it says, I saw this movie as a kid, and I thought it was great. I showed it to my daughter recently and realized it wasn't.
That's it?
I mean, I read right away, I'm going to give this 8 stars.
8.
Because I like that he learned something.
Yeah.
He learned something.
He learned about time.
Yeah. He changed.
Yeah.
He
8
developed.
stars.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. This is 5-star reviews. No, wait. This is a 5-star review.
Okay.
Titled "All the Right Moves" DVD/Tom Cruise.
Okay.
So I think he likes the DVD and Tom Cruise.
Taking some liberty.
Now this is in all caps. So I'm going to first read it normally and then I'm going to read it yelling.
I don't think I need to do that,
I'm
but
gonna do both.
okay.
This movie is just great. Awesome message. Anyone can achieve their dreams. Just work hard. Great movie about hope, dedication, and what a common goal of you can do it.
Okay.
That last sentence is rough.
Yeah.
Now here's the all caps version.
He's going to yell it.
This movie is just great. Awesome message. Anyone can achieve their dreams. Just work hard. Great movie about hope, dedication, and what a common goal if you can do it.
See, now what I imagined was happening just now is that we're both in the foundry where Tom at the very end, and it's very loud. We got hard hats on and we're yelling at each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, what did you think of that movie?
Oh, it was great. Just do it.
Yeah.
Dreams.
That's what I saw in my mind.
Yeah.
Do you have any more? What's your review of that review?
I give it a 2.
A 2
out of 10.
Out of 10.
Yeah.
That's
I'm being
terrible.
pretty arbitrary with these reviews.
That I can tell. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I need a rubric.
Can I read one? Are you done?
No, I'm not done, but I want you to get in on this.
I have a wishy-washy review, which I like the best. The people that aren't really sure, but then they rate them. This is 4 out of 5.
I want to know the rating, which you just said, the title, and the name of the person.
The title is not great, but not bad. So he's like, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what to give this one.
All right.
Not great, but not bad.
All right.
Wishy-washy. 4 stars, so kind of on the high
end. What's the name of the
guy? By a customer is what it says.
Is it all one word, by a customer?
No.
Okay.
It says, normally it would say like by and then the name.
Right.
This says by a customer.
Okay. Is it a verified purchase?
Negative.
Okay.
Actually, format. It is.
Oh, okay.
Format VHS tape. This was 2001. So
no way.
Not super happy. Not okay.
I'm ready.
All the Right Moves was not bad or great. football movie with Tom Cruise, who acting is not bad. Not his best or worst. And yes, there is brief frontal nudity for the main leads, Cruise and Thompson, in caps. Nothing like Kevin Bacon in Wild Things.
What?
Rent All the Right Moves. And if you love it, check out Any Given Sunday.
What happens in Wild Things?
I don't know.
Is that the one where there's a threesome with Denise Richards?
I have no idea. I haven't seen it.
Yet.
So this guy is like, not great, not bad. Not good, not bad.
He's also
It's not the best, not the worst.
definitely English as a second language.
Or just isn't a typing teacher.
Yeah, right. Good point.
I give your review a let's give it a 3
Out of 10?
out of 10 because you don't
Right.
take a stance. Be
That is important.
If you're gonna go,
You know
you're
what?
gonna take the time. You're gonna go on Amazon and you're gonna review this VHS tape that you bought. Be confident in your review. Take a stance. Have an opinion. A customer of Amazon. Let's do it. Although 2 people found this helpful, so
So, maybe a review is about helping people.
it should be, right? Like
How are you helping people with that?
you're not.
Okay, so I you might have heard me typing. I
Yeah.
was typing have an opinion and help people. That is
Seriously.
my criteria.
You're gonna take time out of your busy day.
No. I'm not going to help people. I'm saying that the criteria.
Right. I'm saying if you're going to write a review on Amazon, right, you're going to take time
Take
out of your busy day
day.
to go on, write a thing. First, make sure your grammar is good,
Good grammar.
for one.
Yeah, your grammar is well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your grammar is well.
Yeah.
And then, take a stance.
Take a stance.
Say something. Be bold.
Pull down your pants.
Wow.
Do a little dance.
You could pull down your pants first.
Can I do my next one?
How many more you got? Let's do one more review and then
I
we'll
have one
review
more.
that.
I
Okay,
have one more.
perfect. That's exactly what we want.
5-star.
Yep.
Titled Tom Cruise Definitely Has All the Right Moves.
Ooh, I like it. It's the name of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
A great movie.
Yeah.
The customer's name is customer:LMS. And I feel like LMS, you know how like okay, the ship that Darwin rode on was like what do they do? The acronym before boat names?
It's usually like HMS.
HMS was like
which is
Her Majesty's
Her Majesty,
Service.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking of.
What do you think LMS is?
I don't know. I can't.
Let's make something up.
Loose mistress
Service. All
So
right.
you got a guess?
No, I like it.
Oh, you were just relying on me for that.
Yes.
So that was not the best.
I'm relying on you for this entire segment.
Okay. Well, here we go. Are you ready? The review goes, and this is from 2013. First of all, my son looks like Tom Cruise. It was a great story. Very believable. Some coaches, exactly like that.
He put that in there.
Yeah, it's just the letter A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you're gonna write a review and
A.
proofread it, this review is one line. He typed it up without looking at the screen. 'cause he
that's
was doing something else
exactly what I'm
interesting.
saying.
Yeah.
My point exactly.
I'm gonna go back and do.
You should write a comment for this guy. Next time, proofread.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, great.
I'm angry.
All right.
Uh,
I'm angry too. What did he rate it? I don't even know what
5 stars.
Five stars.
Son looks like Tom Cruise, which
Okay.
I doubt that. How old is your son?
We have so many questions for LMS
I'm gonna report
Amazon
abuse.
customer.
I'm gonna report abuse,
That's cold.
and my reason is I didn't like this review.
Didn't like your grammar.
This is happening real time, everybody.
Yep, we're typing this in as we speak.
Anyway, I'm done.
Okay,
That's all I got.
How do we wrap this thing up? I think I like our reviews. I think
I've said everything I want to say. I'm done with the reviews. We kind of wanted to talk about this movie in relation to the last two. Why don't we do that really quick?
I mean, basically what I've seen, these are all 1983. We're sort of suffering from the high school sex movie craze, right? That's a big deal.
I think that was a definite phase that I was not aware of, because I mean it was in the mid 80s.
Yeah, so you've got the Losing It, which is 100% in that genre.
Yeah.
Risky Business, which is kind of riding the line between some, like, you know, a real movie and that genre.
Yep.
And then this movie, which I think because they have a lot of depth to some of the ancillary characters like Lisa and his coach, there's actually like something going on here. They speak about the town and kind of the situation that people are in.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's sort of moving forward in terms of not being a character actor, right? He's not playing the teen sex movie kid, right? He's kind of moving forward. I can see a little bit more. His desperation really, to me, came through. You know, I think he acted it well.
Yeah,
where in previous movies he had
he didn't have any opportunity.
He had no opportunity to do it, you know. And the other thing that we were talking about earlier is his relationships have been getting more and more reasonable.
Let me set that up. Sure. Okay, so, and you brought this up, credit where it's due. There's two themes or two types of struggles that occur among these three movies, Losing It, Risky Business, and All the Right Moves. That the first one is ambition to have a life, to be successful, to follow the primrose path and go to college and make money, right?
Yep.
That occurs in Risky Business for sure, because the whole thing is about him.
It's about
the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's definitely All the Right Moves. As for Losing It, you don't know enough about his character to really say whether that's it. Right. The second theme is women and sex.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously a theme in Losing It. Risky Business, definitely. Like, that's how he makes the money, is sex.
Yeah.
It moves. It's something you pointed out.
There.
But there's more maturity in it.
Right.
The sex in this movie, at first he is kind of like reckless.
He's the high school kid.
He's the typical high school kid. He just wants to have sex with his girlfriend. Why can't we have sex? All the guys are making fun of me because we haven't done it. But then later on in the movie, when they do have sex, it's actually kind of a mature, intimate act, right? So you're saying his relationships kind of evolve in these movies.
They become more reasonable.
Yeah.
Like they become more relatable.
Go through each one. Losing
It, he his relationship is with a maybe married woman who is
She's married.
She got the divorce in Tijuana.
Move on. She's married.
Who is probably 15 years his senior.
Yeah.
Right. So she's.
And she is a nut job.
Yeah. So it's not good. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense.
There's no grounding for either. They don't care about each other.
Right.
It's just,
exactly.
Risky Business.
And then we move into Risky Business, which is with
she's a prostitute.
She's available.
She's a prostitute.
Yeah.
Sex worker, actually, is the PC.
A sex worker. Right. Yep. So she has she at least is in a position to engage.
Yeah. And they actually seem to have they meet each other by having sex as prostitute and customer, but they actually develop an emotional connection.
Yeah. So you go from not available because it's a married woman to available, but still
edgy.
It's still not appropriate because he's in high school and she's a prostitute and there's a whole lot of legal issues there. Into now we're with a high school girlfriend who is his peer and kind of shares in the same things and a kind of a mainstream reasonable relationship.
But that
he could have.
Mainstream reasonable, and you think of, they're a couple in high school, how mature could it be? But they both undergo so much adversity in this movie and have to go through so much that they really are pretty mature for their age.
Oh yeah, definitely. So it's like the relationships are maturing as he goes through these movies.
So now it's not Tom Cruise who's dictating that these movies are getting better or they're getting more complex and sophisticated, but maybe it shows that people who are making these movies are realizing that he's capable of this kind of maturity, this kind of visibility.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, I don't know. Why are we seeing this development in over 2 years?
Yeah. Not even that, because,
right.
I mean, basically Risky Business and All the Right Moves were concurrent.
Yeah, Losing
almost.
was 1981. But
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
Between Risky Business and Losing that same year.
So he's almost establishing himself as a reasonable actor versus one that is like a cast as a kid in a high school sex movie.
Yeah. I think
Right.
what it's showing is that he can play a complex character who actually seems like a human being.
Right. Yeah. Which, to your point in the beginning, this is like all these people are seeing his potential, and so they're like thrusting him into this career that obviously has spanned.
Yeah, and I want to know more about that because I tend to be really cynical and pessimistic about people in authority or people who are working in the cabal of Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I kind of have this idea that they grab up talent and just throw them into like a mill in a war of attrition where they're like, oh, this person might be talented, this person might be talented, and they get 1 out of 100. But out of the 100 they spend money on, they make billions off of that one person who's the Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if I'm being paranoid about it, but it seems like that is what's happening here. They picked him up.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's
more about
clearly showing some chops, right? Like he
Definitely.
can act, he can, and maybe that's all they need.
Yeah.
They need like this kid who's
he can hold his own,
somewhat decent. We can mold him into what we want.
Yeah.
And so I think this is like he's starting to go up on the arc, right? He's like getting better and better, and we'll see as we go through. Like maybe he's gonna plateau, and I don't know. I haven't watched a Tom Cruise movie in a recent one in a long time. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I think that's what else we got.
That's it. Yeah. Thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah. Yeah. We've never thanked our listeners before.
I do want to thank them because
because we assume, first of all, that they exist, right? We speak to them fairly often in assumption that they're real.
Yeah.
And then we don't actually ever thank them.
There's some
so that's
weird out there who would like this podcast. There are people who
don't insult them to begin with. There's probably some like legitimate people out there who love Tom Cruise and just like a good time that would be interested in this kind of thing.
Nerd. All right.
We got to talk about our marketing.
Yeah,
okay.
we got to work on it.
We'll work on that.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening.
All right.
See you next time.
Tom Cruise. Do we have a sign off?
Movie Cruise. Just me sheepishly saying Movie Cruise.
Movie Cruise.
Movie Cruise.